The Hope Care coordination permissions allow you access to the request function. This allows you to make requests for services or money distribution. In order to have access to this permission in this section of the portal, you must be on a plan that offers the concierge services, which would be any Navigate or Manage plan. You will see 5 different request options at the top of the dashboard: money, medical, food, transportation, and other to customize additional requests. To request a money distribution, click on the Request Money button, and you'll be prompted to go through 4 steps. Select the reason for the distribution from the drop-down list and hit the Next button. In step 2, you'll enter the dollar amount you are asking for. You can then hit the Next button to advance to step 3, or the previous button to go back to step 1 and change the information if needed. In step 3, type in the details regarding your request. Specifically, why are you requesting this distribution? And lastly, in step 4, select the priority of the request from the dropdown. Then click the Submit button, and your request will be sent to us at Hope Trust to review. You will see a green box indicating your request has been successfully submitted. If you have not filled in the required fields in each step, you will not be able to advance to the next step until it is filled in. To request assistance with a medical need, click on the Request Medical button. Type in the details for the request and select from the drop-down the type of medical request you're in need of. Click the Next button. In step 2, any providers previously entered in the Providers section will appear here in the drop-down, and you'll be able to select that provider you want to schedule the request with. If you have a specific provider you want, but it's not listed here, you can add them by clicking New Provider within the drop-down. You'll be redirected to the New Provider form where you can enter in your provider's details here and click Create Provider button. That provider will now be added into your Providers section of the portal. If you want us to find you a provider, you can simply click on the Find Me a Provider button, then click Next. In step 3, you can enter up to 3 dates and times that work with your schedule so that we can try to find you an appointment that works best for your availability. Enter at least 1 date and time, click Next. And in step 4, enter the priority of your request from the drop-down list and then click Submit. You will see a green box indicating your request has been successfully submitted. If you have not filled in the required fields in each step, you will not be able to advance to the next step until it is filled in. To make a food request, click on the Food button. In step 1, you can select whether you need a grocery delivery or if you want to have a restaurant delivery from the drop-down. Click Next. Enter the store or restaurant's name. Then click Next. In step 3, add 1 item and press Enter. Then enter the next item and press Enter, and so on. Be sure to hit Enter after the last item you enter so it is saved to the list. You can make sure you've done this because there will be a blank Add a New Item line at the top of the items list. Review your order. If you want to remove anything, simply click the red X next to that item. Once you've confirmed that your list is what you want, hit the Next button. In step 4, choose the date and time you'd like your delivery for and add in the delivery address. A street address and zip code are required at minimum. The default address will be the beneficiary's address if one has been included. However, if needed, it can be edited or changed. Finally, hit Next to advance to step 5 and choose the priority from your drop-down list. Then click Submit. You will see a green box indicating your request has been successfully submitted. If you have not filled in the required fields in each step, you will not be able to advance to the next step until it is filled in. To make a transportation request, click on the Transportation button. In step 1, enter in the name and the address of the location you want to go to. At minimum, a street address and zip code will be required. Then click Next. In step 2, Select the date and time you want to be taken to that location. Click Next. If you need a ride home, in step 3, you can enter in the date and time you would like to be picked up. If you do not need a return ride, you can simply leave this blank. Click Next. And in step 4, select the priority of the request from the drop-down. Then click Submit. You will see a green box indicating your request has been successfully submitted. If you have not filled in the required fields in each step, you will not be able to advance to the next step until it is filled in. If the type of request you're in need of is not covered in one of the other request sections, select the Other Request button. In step 1, type in the details to explain what you're requesting. Click Next. In step 2, enter in the required date and time for the request, then click Next. In step 3, select the priority from the drop-down and then hit Submit. The request will be sent to Hope Trust. You will see a green box indicating your request has been successfully submitted. If you have not filled in the required fields in each step, you will not be able to advance to the next step until it is filled in. If we have any questions, we'll reach out as soon as possible.